Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a little bit of a deeper dive into Parts Stang, my new to me 1983 Ford Mustang, my new project car that I am attempting to take on Power Tour. No, we're taking on Power Tour one way or another. There's a few little things like that and some stuff going on under the hood that we got to get addressed in 2 months. That's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, everything's going to be just fine. It's fine. So for those of you that don't know what Parts Stang is, I got this off my buddy Charles at Blue Chip Auto Works. And this is one of those things like I told you in the last video, I'll tell you again. If your friends have a car that you want or are interested in, always let them know, hey, if you ever want to sell it, phone a friend. And that's what I did with Charles from Blue Chip Auto Works. I told him, dude, you ever want to sell this? Let me know. I would love to have a Fox body in the fleet. So when I got Patty, this is actually supposed to be the parts car for Patty, my 1985 Mercury Marquise that I sold back to the original owner. And now this is what I'm taking on Power Tour. And I think this is going to be a lot better because all the car is together. Mostly, like, Eddie, there's a hole in the roof and you're missing panels. I know, but it's actually a lot better than Patty was because this one actually drove off the trailer. Now you're like, dude, why didn't you go in your backyard? There's some fueling issues and it might be out of gas, and I'm not good with carburetors. Just being honest with you guys, I don't like carburetors, and that's why we're going to be doing a few things. I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's walk around the car and see what all Parts Stang needs. This is not Patty, this is Parts Stang. See everything that Parts Stang needs to be ready to go for Power Tour. So Parts Stang is a 1983 Ford Mustang, which was the first year that Ford brought back the Mustang in like 13 years, I think.
Editor Eddie here. I just want to hop on here and correct myself. 1983 was not the year that Ford brought back the Mustang, but brought back the convertible. That's what I meant to say. I knew what I was trying to say, but the words didn't exactly come out right. Back to the video.
So let's just address the elephant in the room. Keep talking about the top is holy. And not just because I'm filming this on Easter, but it is holy because there's holes everywhere. And it's missing something back here. But if you see these boxes in here, this is a brand new top. There's the back window. Not sure what's in there. Some bits and pieces, and there is the new top. And from what Charles told me, I can get this top installed somewhere for about $1,000. And to hit 5 cities in 5 days, definitely going to need to address this. So definitely need to address this because let's keep looking at the top. Because I am actually going to Power Tour early to go to Faith Family Cars podcast car show, which you guys should all go to if you can. It is in Kentucky the Saturday before Power Tour. So that is one of the main things we've got to get addressed is the top. Now, the car itself is straight, and for a 1983, there's a few scratches on it, but you guys know me, I like a patina car, so I'm not really all that worried about the body, except for a couple spots. Now, you guys tell me what you think I should do with these headlight buckets. See, I'm learning. I actually spent like 2 days looking on, what is it, LMR and some different Mustang sites. I thought these were like inserts, but they're actually part of the bumper. I might paint them because I'm not too keen on the yellow. Just put some black in there. Probably replace the Ford emblem, but those things I'm not worried about before Power Tour. What I am is this spot and these because they're raw metal. Now, you guys drop in the comments below what you think I should do. I'm thinking about just trying to find something that matches closely and just what does Vice Garage say? A Craigslist special rebuild, or for me, it's a body shop rebuild. Now, these, oh yeah, those are going to come off. Those are just tape. I have never been a huge fan of pinstripes, so eventually those might come off, or I might just leave it just for the heck of it. But Charles actually scuffed this down because the owner before him had primer on it. I'm glad he did because the primer looked really bad. So I said, I think I just might get something close and just paint it to match a little bit. Or my other thought was do a different color completely, like a red, or find a different color just to make it just pop a little more. But you guys tell me, because I am going to probably put some sweet patina sauce on here eventually because that is the goal. I want this to be a driver. I'm not looking for a show car. I want this to be something that I can just hop in and drive to work, take my wife on a date. Maybe her and I go to the beach or the mountains in it. But yeah, oh, the other thing is these, we're going to need new tires because these are old, but they're holding pressure. So that's not bad. But yeah, let's go around the back because she's not bad. She's got a luggage rack, which I didn't like at first, but I really am falling in love with this car, which is good because I bought it. But this is the LX, not the GT. I have the emblem back here in the trunk, and I think Charles said he found that emblem too. It's in the trunk, which we'll look at that more in a minute when we get there. But like I said, this body is straight. And that's the main thing. This was a North Carolina car its whole life, I think. So we're not doing bad. And it does have the 5.0 in it, which we'll pop the hood in a minute. And I like these wheels. These, what are the 10-hole wheels? I don't know. And there's options that I could actually go eventually with the 17. But like I said, for now, we're not doing that. For Power Tour, we are worried about the top and fixing what's under the hood. We're still sticking with the 5.0. So let's pop the hood so we can talk about what's going on underneath here. So under the hood, it's got the right motor for a Fox body. It's got the 302 5.0. And Charles has done a lot of work under the hood. He's actually got new suspension in the front and the rear. And if I remember right, these are the adjustable ones. So you can adjust the camber. I'm not a Mustang specialist. He put the nice struts in there so you don't have to have a hood prop anymore. And put this Mishimoto radiator. So I said, Charles did so much work, and I am so grateful for him for that. And like I said, I am not a carburetor guy. I don't know enough about him. And he's got the fuel regulator here, which I think that's what it is. Yeah, fuel regulator. I am learning with you guys. You guys know this is not the channel for experts. This is a channel where we try to learn together. The cool part is this intake, if you notice, it's black. That was actually Cerakoted by Matthew at Greasy Corner Garage, so that will actually hold up really well. But under here is one of the problems. Here and here, the distributor and the carburetor. I'm not a fan, like I said, of carburetor, so we are going with an Aces Killshot 2, which hopefully we'll be getting in a couple weeks, because that's the main thing we need to do is get the fuel injection put on here so that we are ready for Power Tour and a little more reliability and startable. Because as you guys can see, I didn't make it really far. I don't know if it's a carburetor issue or if it's just out of gas. I think it might just need a little more gas, because I'll post the walk around video I did at the end of last video, at the end of this video, or maybe right here. I don't know. I got it to start, so it might just be low on gas. But either way, I want fuel injection on here to make it a daily, because that's my goal with this, is fun daily and reliable. Now, it can have AC put back on eventually. So it has the lines, and I'm sure we have the compressor somewhere. It's not on here. Actually, it is. Never mind, the compressor is on here. So it probably just needs recharged and the lines rerun, but right now, we're not worried about that. But because I live in North Carolina, that is going to be a concern for later on down the road. Another thing I might do before Power Tour, if not, one of the fun things about getting a new project car is you get to join all the different Facebook groups. In one of the groups, I saw a guy with one of these 4Eyes, and originally I thought I was going to change the 4i front end, but when I found out this is the first year of the convertible, I don't want to do that, and the 4Eyes are starting to grow on me. But one of the things I saw, if I can find the picture, I'll put it in. A guy took these fog lights out, and he put actual off-road fog lights in. Now, he went with some really expensive brands. I found some Amazon Amber ones that came with the wiring harness and the button for like 50 bucks. So I think I'm going to put those in there. I think that'd be really cool. Give it a little more race car look. What do you guys think? Drop in the comments. Like I said, I am learning about Fox bodies. My parents have they had a 66, now it's my sister's. So I grew up with Mustangs, but never a Fox body. So this is my first experience with these cars. So anything you guys can do to help, let me know. But this car is pretty cool. Let's go underneath the car, then we'll go behind it. So underneath the car, Charles put a brand new gas tank in here, and it has true dual exhaust with mufflers that drop out the back. And let me see if I can get underneath here so you guys can see a little better. Oh, this is hard to do because car's low. He put a bunch of stuff in the suspension, which is really awesome. So he did front and rear suspension. I don't know if you guys see it. There we go. he did. Like I said, he did a lot of the stuff, like even up in here. Can you see that? I can't tell if I can see that or not. It is hard to see in here because it is so low, but there is, believe me, maybe you're seeing it, maybe you're not. There is a lot of suspension work and all sorts of goodness, and all new and fuel lines from front to back, which is going to make it dropping the aces in so much better. Oh, hit my head on the exhaust. Let's pop the trunk. Pop the trunk. Oh my gosh, she's heavy. So Charles gave me the Haynes manual, which I grew up on these and I love these. I know there's YouTube videos, but these are just so awesome. And a box full of parts, and he let me know there's more parts at his house, so we ran out of time, so we had to get that. But all sorts of fun stuff in here. The Ford emblem, I had it a minute ago in my hand, but there's carburetor repairing kit, all sorts of stuff, interior things, Edelbrock adjustable bypass, fuel regulator, all sorts of stuff. Like he kept all the boxes. Got some new, brand new turn signals. I said he found, I'm trying to look for something in here to show you guys. Well, we do have the Ford emblem, and it is patinaed. So the question is, I'm keeping the patina car. We're keeping a patina car, but do we keep that one that's kind of old, or do we replace it? The front one I definitely want to replace because it just looks, I'm all for patina, but it looks trashy. So I'm trying to find something. He said he found the LX. So I have not opened any of this, and Charles organized this. I am making a hot mess trying to look for something. More interior parts. And I still have to go back to his house and get more stuff. Different bezels for the headlights. Oh, the clock. See, I love the stuff at the 80s, like the date time clock. Maybe the radio's in here somewhere. I don't know. There's the speakers, speaker grill. No, I'll find it later. Maybe if I find it later, I'll show you guys, but there's all sorts of good stuff in here. So I have not had time to go through any of this because I went back to work. Like literally, we picked this car up and I literally went to work that night. So all the stuff in here, I'm not even sure. So let's go into the interior next. Yeah, let's get in this interior. And this is a really comfortable car. Now, from my understanding, Ford guys, help me out here, said we're learning all this together. These are factory from what the guy who bought Patty back, he is actually a Fox body expert, said that this is the first year for the doors in the speakers. Now, the wiring, just like any car from the 80s, is a hot mess, and I'm not really too concerned about getting it perfect right now. But the interior is actually a really comfortable place to be. Now, these seats are torn, but it's a 1983. The car is 42 years old, so it's got a little bit of wear and tear. I think we're going to replace these seats down the road with some Summit seats or maybe some Corbu if we get the channel going a little more. I even thought it'd be kind of fun because it's convertible, put some 4-point harnesses, just some shoulder ones that go across because they're actually pretty affordable. I think they're $200 for a set, which I think would be really cool. And from my understanding, they bolt to the bottom of the seat. Maybe, I don't know. In the back seat, I can't really see right now because she's covered in stuff. The passenger seat, though, I want to be really careful that his glass is in really good shape. And let's see more of the interior here. Ugh. Of course, it's the 80s. So a wood grain dash everywhere. Wood grain just everywhere. And I think Charles put a short throw shifter in here. I know he did something in here. I think it's a short throw, which once we get her up and running, it'll be fun. And so just things need plugged back in. And maybe we'll put everything back in. But all in all, she is a really clean car. Even the dash for an 83 and a convertible living in the South, there's only a spot here and a crack going across there. So all in all, she is not bad at all. Of course, we got our factory steering wheel, which I have an aftermarket one that we will probably be putting in here because I bought the one for Patty that I never put on. So we'll probably put that back on here. It's a little more sportier. She's got the crank window option. But the fun thing is, it is a power top, which is nice. It makes life a lot easier. Yeah, that's the interior. So guys, this is the overview of Parts Stang, my new to me 1983 Mustang convertible. But I am really excited to get this thing up and going and cruising and grabbing some gears down the road on Power Tour and hanging out with you guys. If you guys have any suggestions or know more about it, drop in the comments below. The main thing we got to do first is get aces in here and get the kill shot 2 put on, and then the top replaced, and then replacing the tires. And other than those 3 things, which aren't exactly cheap, but not super expensive, those are the only things I want to do before Power Tour. And then after Power Tour, we'll address the radio. I've got a Bluetooth speaker we'll just throw on the dash or down here in the cubby, and that's all I plan on doing before Power Tour. Did I say tires? Because they're old. And then maybe in the winter time we'll replace the wheels and tires, but for now just some decent tires, not going crazy expensive, some decent tires because these are pretty old and dry rotted. Replace those and then have some fun on Power Tour, hang out with you guys and cruising with the family. We are taking 2 cars because to Power Tour because this only seats 4 and it's not going to be super comfortable for everybody riding. I'm just going to be following in the van, praying that we get that back in time, because the latest thing is it needs a new motor, and praying the warranty company covers that. We thought it was a blown head gasket, and the more they dug in, there's more to it. And the last I heard on Thursday is they want to replace the motor, but somebody from the warranty company has to come in and look at it. So I'm praying that happens, and if so, then my wife's van's going to be ready to rip for Power Tour. If not, we'll figure something out, and God will provide. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more updates on this, and until next time, happy hunting, everybody. Funny story. Yeah, I told you guys I don't like carburetors. I don't think it was out of gas. I think I flooded it because I let it sit here. And I'm like, you know, let me try to back it up, start it one more time, turn the key on with the fuel pump cycle. First hit, it went off. Yeah, the more you know. I love this car. I went to lunch with Greasy Corner Garage and Rev Garage afterwards, and I said I'm excited about this car so much that Rev Garage was like, are you really excited about this car? Got a Mustang. Got a 5.0 with a 5-speed. Oh, I'm so excited. So yeah, flooded it. Either way, we're still going with the aces because I don't want to deal with that. I want that quick boom boom. See you guys later. Love this car. For a minute. The joys of trying to film outside on a main road. Main road. Oh, here we go. Drive by. Life in a small town. Love it. It's definitely something